Wearing the hijab in Morocco is not a big deal. Actually, it's part of our culture. If your hair is not having the best of its days, you better put a scarf on. If it is too cold outside, a scarf will heat your head. I used to see almost all women wearing hijab. It's just something you do without knowing why. Something I don't really like about the education in Morocco is that usually you are told to do things, but when you ask why, you will notice that even your parents don't know the reason. I am not saying that my parents didn't know, nor did the average Moroccan parents. But in a lot that matters, they don't actually bother to find an answer. Getting back to my topic, I knew that when I grew up I was going to wear the scarf. That was clear to me. But you can imagine, if Allah didn't light up the path for me, I would have worn the hijab, but not for the right reasons. Alhamdulillah, Allah was taking care of me and He is taking care of all of us. So don't worry. Everything will take its place when He decides. I had dreadlocks in my hair for like a year and a half before I wore hijab. I was content with my dreadlocks at first, but as they grew, they started feeling itchy and weighed a lot more. At the end of the year, I started thinking of cutting them off and told myself that after doing that, I would wear the hijab. Yes, at first I wanted to wear hijab only because my hair would be very short. Wasn't it the best idea? Not really. I kept my dreadlocks for several months, and during those months I found my path to the real Islam. Thanks to Allah. I am talking about a month before Ramadan, and I was still at school, but almost finishing. When I began understanding the values of my religion, I felt like I was born again. It was just something I experienced for the first time. I can't explain my feelings then, but I still remember I was so happy and so proud that I wanted to scream that I was a Muslim. It was just, wow. Wearing hijab is me screaming, I am a Muslim. It is my identity of how proud I am of being a Muslim. It shows me that I have surrendered to the will of Allah. It shows me the lines I can't cross. It reminds me of Allah. I really don't understand why most people say that hijab is a burden. I think it's a blessing that only women can experience. It's a blessing because we are constantly reminded that we are Muslims and we have to act in a certain way. It pushes us away from sin. So on May 8th, I went to the hairdresser to cut my dreadlocks. I wouldn't be needing them after wearing the hijab. I wanted a fresh start. Also, they were really itching my scalp, so I had to get rid of them. I felt deep inside it was the right decision. I didn't mind what anybody would say, nor at school, nor my friends. The next day I went to school, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit scared of their reaction and questions. But there was my non-Muslim friend telling me that everything would be fine. No one asked me a deep question, actually. They didn't bother at all. It was just something normal, or maybe they expected me to do it. At first, I didn't know how to style my hijab. I tried to copy all these hijabis on the internet, but it was a clear fail. Although I learned which kind of hijab is the best for me, and I am still learning how to wear it. Alhamdulillah that I am living where I live, because it wasn't hard for me at all in this aspect, nor in any other way. Allah guided me to His path, and He is easing it for me to be the best Muslim I can. I just have to ask Him for that, and you can do it too.